In the early hours of January 31st, 2026, the silence of the Balochistan mountains was shattered by something the Pakistan military hadn't seen before. This wasn't a group of tribesmen with old rifles. This was Operation Head Off 2.4. In a series of near simultaneous attacks across 12 districts, the Baloch Liberation Army utilized female suicide bombers and encrypted communications high-tech American M4 rifles, which are equipped with thermal night vision. For the first time, a local rebellion looked like a professional special operation force. But to understand how we got to this high tech war, we have to travel back 78 years to a promise that was never ever kept. Let's go, come on. The origin, which is the broken treaty of 1948. The story begins in the March 1948, just months after the birth of Pakistan. While the British were leaving the subcontinent of the princely state of Kalat, which makes up most of the Balochistan, declared independence for 227 days. It was a sovereign nation, guys. However, under pressure and strategic isolation, the Khan of Kalat was forced to sign an accession treaty with Pakistan. His brother Prince Abdul Karim immediately revolted, starting the first of five major insurgencies. The Baloch people have always viewed this not as joining but as an annexation. They see themselves as an ethnically distinct nation with their own language and own culture that was forcibly merged into a religiously defined state like Pakistan. Now, why hasn't the fighting stopped for 78 years? Because of the resource paradox. Balochistan is the battery of Pakistan. It provides the natural gas from Sui that powers the industry in Punjab. It holds the Rekodik mines, one of the world's largest deposit of gold and copper. Yes, yet as of 2026, Balochistan remains the poorest province. In the shadow of billion-dollar gold mines, guys, local children lack basic clean water and basic schooling. This feeling of resources left disaster is the heartbeat of the rebellion. When a Baloch citizen sees a gas pipeline leaving their province to heat a home in a distant city while their own village is in the dark, the rebel narrative becomes impossible to ignore. The conflict reached a boiling point with the China-Pakistan economic corridor. China's Belt and Road Initiative needs the Gwadar port to bypass the dangerous Malacca Strait. For Islamabad, CPEC is a $65 billion lifeline. But for the Baluch, it is a colonialism 2.0. They see Chinese engineers building deep sea ports and luxury highways while the local fishermen are pushed off from their own beaches. They fear a demographic flood, guys. That flood millions of outsiders will move in and turning the Baluch into a minority in their own land. This is why in 2026, BLA has shifted its target from the Pakistani army to Chinese interest, hoping to make the cost of investment too high for Beijing to stay here. The most shocking part of the 2026 conflict is the weaponry. How did the BLA get tired on American gear? The answer lies in the 2021 US withdrawal from Afghanistan. When the US left, they abandoned $7 billion in military hardware. This gear didn't stay in Afghan warehouses. It flooded the black market for the border. Today, the BLA is using the same night vision goggles and M4 rifles that US Marines once used. This accidental arming of the rebellion has turned a low level insurgency into a high intensity war that has forced the Pakistan army to launch Operation Rad Wool Fitna 1, the largest domestic military operation in a decade, guys. This is where the story goes global. The Pakistan has officially labeled the current unrest as Fitna al Hindustan, the mischief of India. Whenever the problem arises, the Pakistan blames India. So we can't do anything else. But this time, they claim the India's intelligence agency RAW is the financial backbone of the BLA. They providing the funding and training to sabotage the CPEC and encircle the Pakistan. Do we need anything to do this thing, guys? They will destroy by themselves. It's okay. They all always blame us. But we want to know what India responded for this. The New Delhi has slammed this accusation as a smokescreen. They argue that Pakistan is using India as a scapegoat to hide its own failure, specifically the issue of enforced disappearances. Human rights groups claim thousands of Baluch activists have been picked up by security forces and never seen again. India argues that the rebellion isn't made in Delhi. It's made in the frustration of a people who have no voice in their own government. As of today, February 5, 2026, this is a total deadlock. The state believes it can win through military forces and the Chinese money. The rebels believe they can win through high tech sabotage and foreign support. But the reality that no one mentions is it is a human cost. Between the military operation and the rebel bombs, the common Baluch citizen is trapped here. Education is stable. Education is stalled here. The internet is frequently cutting, and the province is increasingly militarized. So, Balochistan is no longer a local issue. It is a map where the interests of the US weapons and China money, India's geopolitics. Is this a fight for freedom and fair shares? Or is it a global game of chess where the local people are just the pawns until the people of Balochistan feel like they own the gold beneath their feet and their waters in their ports? The mountain, until this going to happen, the mountain will continue to echo with the sound of gunfire. We can't do anything, guys. Let you meet on the next story. Until then, it's bye from Bharat. Bye bye.